Hi YouTube and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to talk about how to find a job in Italy. I will tell you how it happened to me here in Rome, and I will do so of course from the perspective of an Italian, and I will tell you what it is needed for a foreigner who would like to apply for the job. So hope this is going to be helpful for you guys, and let's get started. Before I starting, I would like to make clear that what I'm going to share with you is my experience and a kind of my way of approaching life. There are so many things you can do, so my way is coming here and find a job to earn money, to pay rent, to start your life into Italian society. Of course, if you come from a wealthy family and you have to come here and enjoy your life and work for prestigious firms, the approach will be totally different. First thing I did when I started looking was get my CV or resume ready in both English and Italian. Yes, this is obvious, but it is important to write a good format curriculum vitae or resume if you are coming from the US. They're more or less the same. Normally, the Europass is a common format, and often it is required for institutional job applications like for state or governmental agencies. But in my personal experience, I find out that it doesn't really matter, especially when applying in the private sector. Just make sure to include the important informations, previous experiences, your personal infos like age, degree, nationalities, whatever. Make a CV. Start looking online on LinkedIn, Subito.it, Indeed, Bageca, and many more. There are the Trova Lavoro section where you can do your search. There is a lot of scam posted, but skimming through it, you might be able to find some interesting position. My recommendation is to don't just send CV via email, but try to have a direct contact with them when you can. If you cannot find a direct contact, try to look for people on LinkedIn who works in that particular company, especially seniors or HR, and contact them directly. Say things like, "Hi, my name is blah blah blah, I was thinking to apply for a job, or what would you recommend?" and things like this. Always be creative. The point here is, email are often overlooked. A direct contact, a human contact is better. I know it might sound weird, but I find out in my experience to be much more effective. Go check in person in the many job agencies like Ateco, Manpower, During, Job Metis, and many more. I suggest you go and Google Agenzie Interinali, write down the address, and spend few days visiting them all, giving out your CV, applying for possible jobs, and whatever. Many companies privilege recruiting through those agencies, and they have good opportunities. That may also help you sort out your CV and help you understand how to make a CV that makes you stand out compared to the competition. Make up a list of companies where you would like to apply and send them an email, or better, give a call. Well, actually, or better, go yourself. Try look for people who works inside and try to contact them. I know it sounds like weird, but try to do it in style. Don't be too invasive, just do it softly. Try to be casual, like you asking infos in the street, these kind of things. Now, let me be brutally honest with you guys. If you really need a job, be prepared to downgrade your expectations. And in my view, this is very important. When I came here in Rome, I knew it would have been difficult to find a job, so I was ready to take almost everything at the beginning just to get settled. Keep in mind that youth unemployment is quite high. The economy is stagnant, meaning that the best jobs are taken and you need to network a lot to access a good job. This is the honest truth. So the more uncomfortable you can get, the more opportunities you have. This is me being honest with you guys. Then of course, depend on the resources you have. If you have money to pay rent without working, then, good for you. In my case, I had a young daughter and little savings, so for me it was whatever it takes kind of approach. So first, I managed to find a job in a publishing company as a part-time employee. Then I integrated with the restaurants in the evening. Meanwhile, I managed to settle and keep looking for better opportunities, sending CVs around, networking, until one day, after a few months, I received a call. Be prepared to speak Italian. I know for many of you this might sound strange. I honestly do not understand why, but if you want to live and work in Italy, you need to speak Italian. Of course, you don't have to be advanced, Basics are okay, but you need to be able to understand and be understood. This is common sense, I believe. When I moved to London with no English at all, I had to start from scratch, restaurant, kitchen, and then I moved up while learning and upgrading my skills. I don't know how it might be in other countries, but I guess it would be the same almost everywhere. People will make an effort to understand and help you, so don't be ashamed of learning. And you know what? This is actually a good exercise for personal growth, help you to develop. Immigrant mentality makes you stronger. As a foreign person, there are some requirements you need to fulfill in order to settle here. If you are used to travel, you might already know that systems are different, like school system, for example. So, in order for your degree or diploma to be recognized and made equal, you need the so-called Declaration of Value, Dichiarazione di Valore. At least this is what I personally had to go through to get my British degree to get recognized when I came back home. I'm pretty sure there are different requirements for different needs. Also, if you are coming from a non-EU country, you need a visa. There, I don't know personally how does it work, but I guess it's more or less like other countries. Also, keep in mind, if you are an English speaker, you will have a major plus on your side, and it will be easier to find an opportunities compared to immigrants from non-English speaking countries. Cities gives you more opportunities, of course, compared to small towns, but you need to know that the country varies in opportunities if you are in the north, in the center, or south. The northern side of Italy is the most dynamic, is the economic drive of the nation. Then going south, it gets more stiff and less dynamic, let's say, but more sweet in terms of lifestyle. Just take this with a pinch of salt, as you also need to take into account how large is the city. Going to Naples, for example, will have more opportunities than compared to the southern countryside, while if you go to a middle-sized northern city, you might have more opportunities than Naples. Rome, for example, even though being in the center, is the largest city in Italy and also the capital city, so you have a lot of opportunities. More opportunities than a middle-sized northern city, but not as much as Milan, for example, which is definitely the most dynamic, at least in economic terms. Hope, guys, this video answered some of your questions. Let me know in the comment sections below what you think, and if you have some more tips to share, feel free to add. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and see you soon. Ciao!